All right, so go ahead and introduce yourself. Give us your name, your business name, and what kind of, yeah, what do you do?
Hello, everyone. My name is Awet Moges, and I am a graphic novelist. And that is someone who creates, writes, and illustrates their own graphic novels. I currently have two graphic novels titled Pantheon. That means all gods. I was born in Ethiopia. This is the native sign in Africa. And we moved here when I was 1 year old. And the reason why is that when my parents found out I was deaf, they heard about the American education system and how it was full of education opportunities. So they decided to move to America. And I spent most of my life living in Long Beach. I am currently a professor of ASL at California State University, Long Beach, and I also teach ASL linguistics. That is my job, but my true passions lie in illustration and creativity.
Okay, so the next question, I'm not sure if it applies to you, but let's see. All right, so coronavirus, has affected us all, but has it affected you, like in your business?
Yeah.
Okay, so what does that look like and how can we support you?
Well, your question has two parts. I mean, the first part, yeah. So I have been affected by coronavirus. For example, when I go to comic book conventions or go to a deaf festival, I would sell my books there. People would see me and come up. The deaf typically prefer to see things in person rather than depend on word of mouth because everything, instead of being face to face, is now virtual, like a virtual pop-up shop. So one thing I was thinking that Pro Bono ASL could do to support me is to come to my conference instead of those lousy ass interpreters they assign me.
Ah, oh my gosh. Yeah, we'd be happy to. We'd be so happy to. So, of course, please let me know, and I'd be happy to let the rest of the team know. Instagram or email me, whatever way works, and just request, and we can plan and set it up for you, of course.
Got it.
Sure. So we
Got
would
it.
be happy to do it for pro bono also.
And I really do prefer POC interpreters. The white interpreters are great, champ, but it's time for them to share the space and opportunities with these beautiful POC interpreters like yourself and others. It's time to give them the opportunity, please.
Awesome. Beautiful. Thank you for the support. Thank you. Okay, so coronavirus, I didn't realize, like, yeah, you're right. I mean, like, that's how you do your work, is through meeting people, interacting with people face to face, all those side conversations, just like how we met in Japanese.
The manga,
Yeah, right.
yeah, how it coincided with World War II, and it was how the Japanese and American relations affected manga. Fascinating presentation.
Yes, I learned a lot of things I'd never known before. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so interesting. Like, really? And it was really interesting and
Yeah.
fascinating. Sorry, I'm like, my mind is everywhere. I can't even sign right now. But yeah, okay. So here's the last question. So to the other deaf that are thinking, wondering, do I want to be an entrepreneur? Do I want to start my own business? How do I get started? What do I do? How do I not, do you have any advice for them on starting their own businesses?
Yeah, so if I can give them a little bit of advice, I did a presentation on this topic at CSU Long Beach and Mount Sac. And the presentation talked about going from here to there. There's a few things that are involved in that. You need discipline, sacrifice, focus, and then some other things too. But discipline and that motivation, you have to commit your time to your passion. And every day you have to make just a little bit more time for those passions. And so people say you don't have time, but we all have time. It's about sacrifices. So you have to sacrifice things that aren't going to lead you to your passions and future. Things like wasting your time, your focus, your energy, your money. And for me, it was video gaming or buying comic books or socializing with friends who weren't ambitious. So I had to give up all those things. And comic books, I absolutely love, but I was buying someone else's work. And video gaming is awesome, but I wasn't doing anything. I was just passing the time, so to speak. Hanging around with people without ambition, perhaps that made me feel good, but I wasn't going anywhere. They're putting a draw on my energy, so they had to be removed. And so, how I found the time was by removing everything that did not contribute to my passions. So, you have to find peers who are just as ambitious as you are and align yourself with them because they're over there and they'll be able to help you step out of your comfort zone.